So everyone says everyone is fine, then why we are here? Why we are here? And the reason is Eastern wisdom is to breathe, neither talk nor to brag. To breathe is to live, and to live is to think, speak, and act in real self or pure consciousness. And to think, speak, and act means no hiding, no preferences. I told you before also, animals have preferences unconsciously, impulsively. Tiger has a preference to eat flesh, not to eat grass. Cows eat grass, not to eat flesh. And to do so is to breathe in the real self in personal, professional, and social life. Is to be creative, is to live at the higher level of awareness. No, I have done 10 years of your practice and I did not change. You are not a seeker. You did not understand. Knowledge is not settled. You only think. You don't breathe. Okay, how many texts I have to study with the teacher? There are 3,000 texts. Can you study? 80% of these texts relates to karma, the action we are talking of, tapping that pure consciousness. And 20% relates to the knowledge. Knowledge means consciousness and awareness. How many you can study out of 20%? 1, 5, 10, 20? No, I cannot do it. I have to do a lot of things in my life. I do not have money. That is what people say to me. You see the mental blocks. We are talking of permanent peace and happiness, and you see the mental blocks. In order to earn money, you have to make an effort. There are millions of mental blocks. Master says, you study only one text under the master, mentor, coach is more than enough. But it depends on what level of seeker you are. Why I'm raising so many doubts and questions? That is the way the life is. What should I do? No, I studied that, text, I bought it, and it doesn't make any difference in my life. No, you have to study under a mentor. Seeker means you are ready. And ready means humility. Humility means receptivity. Receptivity means you are ready to receive, retain, reflect, and realize. Do you really understand what it means? Receive, retain, reflect, and realize. You are here and now. You can tap that. That's why we say it is a non-practice, but knowledge must be settled. No, you say that I'm not a seeker. Many people say that, and then they leave it. What do you mean, am I not a seeker? I do not think. Not a single day has passed in these 15, 17 years in states when I do not remember my master. But, oh, so you are attached with your master? No, I remember to know if I breathe not to talk. So remembering means I live into that field of awareness. No, talk about me, Who is the seeker? Tell me. So our masters talk about the three levels of a seeker: highest seeker, mediocre, and lowest. Highest level of a seeker. Who is the highest level of a seeker? Receive, retain, reflect, and realize. Now I have to come to my house. You send an email or send me your address. You see, you received well. You have a query, you have a doubt, you raise the doubt, you got an answer. Here is an address, you put it into the GPS. Compare it with receive. And before that, you can add ready. Ready, receive, retain, reflect, realize. You have digested that knowledge. You have assimilated that knowledge. So once you assimilate that knowledge, you find the change in your behavior and attitude almost every day. Do you find that? No, I love listening to you. And some people say that, I hate listening to you. What difference it makes? Tell me. What is the difference between the two people? Eastern wisdom is to breathe. I receive well because I'm ready. I retain well. I reflect well. I realize well. In few weeks and months, few days, everything changes our life. But we have to look at the other side. The highest level of a seeker is not easily, I would say, not easily agitated. There is no preference of attachment and detachment. There is no emotional dependence. I'm talking about the highest level of a seeker. No hiding. Highest level of a seeker is not fully busy. If you are, then you are awful. All the works of the life are done like a play and a fun. And your mind may be thinking, I don't fit into that. So let us understand the medium, mediocre seeker. Now, I'm not saying you are the highest level of a seeker. You all are. Who knows who will leave me if I say that? Do you challenge me? I'm the highest level of a seeker. I've been listening to you for so many months and weeks. Do you think that I'm not listening and still I do not change? Mediocre seeker. I managed my anxiety by outer means. I still have a lot of emotional dependence. I'm a mediocre seeker. I hide my behavior and attitude. That's why, normally modern psychology says we have a split personality. We always live not in a bipolar, but tripolar, quadrupolar, and add this. We are a mediocrity. Whereas, I claim I am ready, I receive, but I cannot retain. See? You have to check it. You have to check yourself. I'm ready. Yes. Why don't you say that I'm not ready? I'm ready. That's why I'm attending your session. I come in time. I attend the session. I listen to it, but I'm not able to retain. What is the problem of not retaining? Inside my head, I'm not able to handle my hesitation, my anxiety due to emotional dependence in day to day activities. Are you understanding? Now, I'll explain a little more. In the morning, you receive a call from someone who hesitated you. Now you are attending the session. You are not able to control that hesitation even when you are listening. Mediocre seeker. Now, I'm not saying that you all are highest level of a seekers. What it means? It simply means I'm ready. I received it. I'm not able to retain. Hence, I'm not enjoying the fruits. I bought the organic fruits from Costco, but I'm not enjoying it. I have to think why I'm not enjoying. This is what, Sam, is known as the work-life balance. Don't worry, I'll explain everything. Everything is here. Okay. I learn, I'm ready. I come with a different state of the mind. And I claim that I am listening to you, I receive it. Forget about retaining. And the moment I receive, moment the session first, my mind is constantly somewhere else. What I have to do after the session. The mind is busy, awfully busy. So I'm awful inside and I'm smiling outside. Three levels of a seeker. Third level of a seeker, they listen, they claim, they learn, they do not retain it, they do not reflect it, they do not practice it. Why? Because I'm busy. Remain busy, remain in stress. One verse, you will be surprised from the text that I'm guiding you. One principle is explained in more than 200 verses. That how I am peace and happiness. Only one verse. The masters of the Eastern wisdom, that is why they go to the Himalayas, then they contemplate and reflect, they should remain focused. What is one reason can you give? I'm laying again a foundation in this series, so that's why I thought better to pick up this. Otherwise, it will happen the same thing. I started with that. Eastern wisdom is to breathe. You can use the name delusion, you can say it ego, you can say it emotional dependence, you can say absence of dispassion and discernment superimposes on my life. Or you can simply say ego. Ego superimposes on the real self. So, in this journey, that real self is a matter of self inquiry. Self inquiry. There is nothing more than that. We need an intellect to do the self inquiry. The intellect is dictated by the mind due to the emotional dependence or ego, likes and dislikes, restlessness. Huh? Did you get it? Restlessness. So now the intellect has become the mind. That is why we are missing. What we are missing? Now I'm missing a cup of tea after the session. So your mind is constantly engaged there. Now I'm hiding the practice from my family members, what people will say. I can give you 1 million examples. There are 1 million mental blocks. One block enters during the listening and you are gone. Go back to the level of the seekers. So that is why the master says, I have to be a seeker. Seeker simply means, I have already explained you, not only ready, receive, retain, reflect, realize. When you follow all the R, the last R is realize. Go on speaking, Go on speaking. So, yes, I will continue speaking, When we have that thought in the mind, go on speaking. Can you think of what level of a seeker you are? We need only an awareness. I told you. Awareness here means ready. What did I say? I forgot to receive, retain, reflect, and realize. When? Here and now. Where is here and now? Are you looking at me? Yes. No, you are not looking at me. You are looking at my body. Are you aware of that? The real self cannot, pure consciousness cannot be, it is always hidden. Electricity is hidden behind the lamp, behind the fan, behind the AC, behind the Tesla car. To discover that pure consciousness means a firm conviction in the intellect that this consciousness cannot be seen by the sense organs, cannot be seen by the mind. It is not direct, it is not indirect, it is beyond both direct and indirect. You're confusing me. No, I'm not confusing you. You are already confused. And confusion comes because of the restlessness of the mind. Restlessness because the mind has an emotional dependence, and emotional dependence means that the mind is already agitated. This is what this master teaches. Master says, prepare. You should be ready. You should live into that extraordinary awareness to be the highest level of a seeker, to be. What do you mean? Eastern wisdom is to breathe. Then what happens? Real self is self revealing. This is the teaching of this master. So when we say real self, we say it is pure consciousness. It is. So don't strain your sense organs and the mind with the concepts that we have inherited. There is no conditioning in the mind at this time. Sense organs are not trying to pick up an object as if the real self is an object. You live into that awareness, and from that awareness, from that awareness, you express computer is. Pay attention. So I'm going purely with a very rational explanation so that you will pick up easily. Computer is. What is this? Is a verb. Every verb demands action. Are you attending the session? Yes. Are you listening to me? Yes. Attending, listening is a verb. I make it very simple. I'm making it as simple as possible. Huh? Yes. That is why I'm not able to understand. You have made every session so simple. You see that? Mental block. Why don't you live in awareness? So computer is. So that is a verb that does not demand an action. It demands an awareness. David is. Jerry is. Brandy is. Computer is. Is existence. Existence, consciousness, awareness. So when I say is it not beyond the sense organs and the mind? Check it. Not all the verb indicates action. Certain verbs reveal reality without action. My eyes are open. Mind is aware and ready. I meet on the Google Hangout. I see you all. Then I say Brandy is, Rakesh is, Sam is. That is his existence. I can experience without the sense organs and the mind. This is what this master is teaching. In that isness, there is no object, there is no subject, there is no ego. That is the highest state of the mindfulness, my friends. This is what he is. When we are there, we instantly recognize that the consciousness is pervading everywhere. I give you an example. Can you show me the clay pot in a clay? Clay pot is all clay. You give a label to this is mouse label, name, shape, form, function, but behind that it is all plastic. What about all the bodies? It is all matter. You live into that isness is the realization. We have to listen to it again and again. No, why should I say? You are already highest level of a seeker. You will do it. Understand that. I told you, to ready, and after that I forget to receive, to retain, and to reflect and realize. It is here and now. That is why I say it is a non-practice. It is effortless. And to have a better intellectual understanding, it is beyond the five sheets that we have been covering on Mondays and Thursdays. It is the essence of the universe. It is the essence of this guy. It is the essence of David. It is the essence of Stephen. It is the essence of Brandy. So when we have the ability to see, to feel beyond the sense organs and the mind, you are already there. Now, see, I picked up only half of the verse of this teaching. But the mind says, how many texts I have to study? So I already created a mental block. So the first 17 verses that we are covering from the teaching of this master starts with an explanation of a metaphor. Do you remember that metaphor? Hey, yes, even if you don't, so no worries. Metaphor of a canvas. I give an example. You have a canvas painting. Oh, what a beautiful picture you have. Did you forget the canvas? Yes. Canvas is here and now. Oh, don't you see me? No, I see you. I forgot the space behind. Space is the canvas. See that? So this master gives, I'm repeating it for the sake of understanding, for my understanding. So what is the first is the canvas, first is the cloth. The cloth is completely clean. You see, first we see the metaphor, and then we will see the how to apply that metaphor in 4 stages, and then we will go deeper. This is what the 17 verses are there. So first is the cloth. So normally what happens, the cloth is starched to make it stiff, tight, clear, so that you can sketch what you want to, what you have conceived in your mind. Your conception is in the mind. That is the third stage. First stage, pure cloth. What we are doing? We are trying to discover that consciousness, real self. So that is why we use the metaphor. The first is the cloth, pure, clean, white. Then we put the starch so that it becomes stiff. But why we did that? To have a sketch. And the fourth stage is the painting. We put all the colors. I will leave you with the one question and you have to think of it. So 4 stages, you are clear. So let us go to how to apply these 4 stages to discover the real self. Instead of canvas, the first stage is that we have yet to discover. That is pure, plain cloth is nothing but the pure consciousness and the real self. It is free from cause and effect. It's pure consciousness, simple. It's an ultimate cause. Second stage. Same consciousness is known as the innermost self. Same consciousness. We are just understanding, and then we will see that how to understand that metaphor. We are applying. Clear? Yes, clear. Third stage, the subtle creation, the sketches. What is that sketch? Oh, here is a brandy. So the sketch is there, and I express that here she is. Are you understanding? First, the conception. In the subtle, here is Rakesh. Oh, yes. The mind has already sketched and realized when it is spoken, the third and the fourth stage. We only pay attention to the fourth stage. We miss the reality. Third, how to understand this metaphor. How to understand this metaphor, I'll repeat it again, but now tell me. And then I'll come back to you. Imagine a painter is there in you, and then painter is looking at you and he is painting on the canvas your painting. Clear? Right? So he doesn't pick up the entire canvas, he pick up where he has done the sketching. Clear? Sam is sketched, with a pencil. Clear? Now tell me, is he painting on the original canvas or is he painting the sketching area of the sand? Which one is true? Did you understand the question? Canvas, you see when you see the painting, oh, I see the sky, I see the ocean, and I see my picture, I see the trees, etc., etc. Okay. So I'm asking, is he painting on the original canvas or is he putting the colors to show here is the painting of the Sam on the canvas? Did you understand the question? Did the existence painted Stephen in the space, infinite space, or in the localized space? If you say localized space, it is a part of the, it cannot be divided. And if you say, no, 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 he is doing it on the entire canvas, no, not possible. How can I see other things? This is what it is. Let us, I'm leaving here, so we will continue. Eyes are closed.